Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? What a day it has been. Chelsea dropping points in Liverpool. But then it, I'm not that much disappointed by Liverpool not dropping points. It's Chelsea. The Chelsea game has got me pumped up so much. Chelsea dropping points against West Ham, where I thought, especially after they scored the second goal, I really thought Chelsea will cruise to victory. But West Ham doing us a favor, actually defeating Chelsea, defeating Liverpool, and we won against West Ham. So that completes an entire circle. That might be what title race is decided upon. I don't know how many times has this happened that there are three title contenders and a team has defeated two title contenders out of the three, uh, especially a top four team. Anyway, the team news is out, so I mean, the team was out a long back, but it's pretty much our best defense, our best midfield. Maybe Kevin De Bruyne, you can say, but I would say Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva. These three are at the peak of their powers right now. So I would say any two of the three play. So I just hope that Kevin De Bruyne also it's his peak form. He's had a long injury layoff, and after that he's come back into the team, and he he was not back to his best. And again, this COVID thing and stuff. I just hope that if Kevin De Bruyne strikes form now, whenever he starts for City in this phase during the next 1 month or two, I think we are just gonna cruise through everything. Our defense is in top form. Our midfield is Bernardo Silva is wow, what a player. He can play everywhere. I think you name a position he can play there. Gundogan, he's gone under the radar a little bit, but Gundogan's been in fine form as well against West Ham. He scored the important goal. He gave a couple of assists against Paris Saint-Germain. So Gundogan was very good. I thought we missed Gundogan because against Aston Villa, because whenever Gundogan plays, he gets into the box. For City, the important thing is getting into the box, because in against Aston Villa, especially in the second half, it was so frustrating. No one was there to get into the box. You saw Bernardo Silva coming from the outside, Raheem Sterling looking up, and there's no one to cross in, and he always had to go inside. So I mean, okay, we want to lock down that midfield, but you want runners from midfield. Basically, that's what is the philosophy of false nine. And I thought in the second half against Aston Villa, we avoided that. We didn't stick to our principles. Pep was also, if you see his interview, he wasn't that he wasn't that pleased, uh, with uh, with the Aston Villa victory, because in the second half we didn't play according to the plan. No one was bloody going into the box against Aston Villa. So that's what Gundogan brings. He gets into the box. He encourages people to go into the box. So I think Gundogan is a very important jigsaw if we have to get away from the pack in the next 2 months. You saw what happened last season until December. City were, I know it's a different season with no crowd, but until December, uh, City were not up to full form, and once Gundogan got into form, we just ran away from the pack. So I think the front three is interesting. I think this is not our best front three. I think Phil Foden fits into that, but I think it's Gabriel Jesus and Riyad Mahrez who are our best front three based on current form. So interesting to see how Grealish plays. I'll just set up the live stream now, and then off we go. I mean the live streaming of the match. That's what I meant, not the YouTube live stream. It's Claudio Ranieri speaking, and the Watford Stadium is full today. It's packed, and it is not always straightforward playing in stadiums like this, with the crowd behind you. Chelsea found that out in the game against West Ham, especially after Mendy made that first mistake, which led to the penalty. The crowd were always on Mendy. I mean, before that penalty as well, he made a mistake and the crowd was on Mendy, and that certainly played a part. So it's never easy playing in front of a packed crowd, and City will know that. And there is double pressure today. Chelsea dropping points. We have a chance to go onto the top of the league. So that doesn't motivate you, nothing will. So the players are lining up, and I quite enjoy this, late evening kickoffs or night kickoffs if you're placed in Asia, like India, like countries like India, like I'm there right now. I quite enjoy this. I don't enjoy the early afternoon kickoffs or the evening kickoffs, depending on the place where you are in. I don't know. I always think that as players as well, it's quite difficult to play those sort of matches. So the early afternoon kickoffs. Pep and Ranieri having a long chat. Pep praised Ranieri a lot in his press conference. They're having a long chat actually. Wow, it's quite a long chat, considering it's before the match. Quite a friendly chat. All smiles. Dennis will be Dennis will be the key today for West Ham. I'm sorry, what am I talking about? I still haven't got out of that West Ham thing. Dennis will be the key today for Watford. City will have to uh, try to contain him. The pace of Dennis, Josh King, it will be interesting how they deal with it. It will be another other test for Cancelo, especially. I think it's Dennis versus Cancelo, so Dennis is in fine form. And Joe Pedro versus Walker. I thought Joe Pedro also was excellent in the previous match, Watford against Chelsea. I mean, chance to go top of the league, chance to be top of the league. This is it. This is what we are building up to. This is what that victory at Stamford Bridge, has been built up for. These are the foundations, on which title challenges can be built. So we need to take it. I know pressure is not something which is new to City. We have been far more fierce title races in the previous years, 2018, 19. Don't need to repeat it again and again. I always tell it: 18, 19 title race, 15 matches in a row to win the title. That is that is something else. Need to be playing football from other galaxy to do that. So Pep sitting there, he's tense. You can see it from his face, he's tense. City to kick off. Foden's the false nine, but we know there's no false nines. Probably Sterling is the only one who stays in his position. Other than that, everyone go around. Gundogan will be the player to watch for me. Gundogan will be the player to look at for me. The way he makes his runs to the box. City have kicked off. City are kicking from right to left. We need to make a fast start today. We need to be off the blocks. Otherwise, 60, 65th minute, the crowd can just get on top of you. And these kind of games, You never know which way they will go. Off to a quick start, off to a flyer, and then we relax. Especially in this grueling schedule. Sterling playing off the right. I mean, I think after a long, long time, the formation is just like it is displayed there, displayed on all of the websites. Otherwise, you never know how City are gonna line up in which formation. It's always a question mark. Rodri with the ball, he's been excellent. No mistakes from Rodri this season. Zero mistakes. He's made a block against Liverpool. That block might just be a title winning block, you never know. Raheem Sterling, his run at the defense in the previous matches. Let's see what's his instruction this time. It's Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling, and a corner for City. I think they should play it short. I know there's Diaz, there's Laporte, but you are not going to win corners against this Watford team in the air. If you win balls in the air against them, that is a sin. So I think City will play it short. No, they've put it into the box, and that's a goal line clearance from Watford player. It's Aymeric Laporte. He's almost committed the sin of scoring aerially, and that's another wonderful cross. Another ball, and this he should score. He should score. Oh, the ball just popped in front of Grealish. Exciting start to a match, to the match. Frantic start to the match. Oh, how did that not go in? I think it was Laporte with the header. Wow. For Grealish, I thought the ball just fell a little bit behind him for him to take the shot. Otherwise, he was ready to pull the trigger. But City come again. Excellent switch. Grealish is in all sorts of plays. No, it's Foden actually. Foden shifted onto the side now. Grealish playing as the false nine for the time being. Sterling holding the width very well. I think the idea is hold the width on one side and play narrow on the other side. That's interesting because against Aston Villa, both Mahrez and Sterling were holding the width. So I do think, depending on the opposition, Pep sets up as wingers, especially whether it's Mahrez or Grealish who plays, depends on the opposition. And Raheem Sterling with a poor giveaway, he has to protect the ball well. Oh, that's a wonderful ball. Foden's in space, and that's a great pass. He has to score, and Sterling scores. It's 1-0 City. Sterling, that was a ball destined for Sterling to miss, but he scores. Somehow the stars are in favor of Sterling today. Oh, everything went in slow motion actually. When the ball came to Sterling, open net, I was thinking, my God, oh, easy offside. Will I look like a twat? No, he's certainly not offside. Certainly not offside there. The first phase of play. Think he's being played on at the far corner. No, it's not offside. The question was in the first phase of play. Oh, Sterling. You look at it. Shaky header, wobbly header from Sterling. Oh, I thought open goal, Sterling. A marriage destined for divorce. Why? But Sterling has decided to make the relationship work. What a goal! Sterling with confidence is another beast. Sterling's on another level. Open the champagne bottles. Well, not so early. It might come back to bite me, but not so early. The game's just started. You never know. But wonderful ball there. Wonderful ball from Foden. Watford stand there. Watford crowd silenced. That's wonderful defending from Kyle Walker on the right there, and City get the ball again. Like we saw in the Chelsea match against West Ham, position doesn't really matter. Chelsea had what, 64, 65% possession, 18 shots. So what matters is how clinical you are in putting the ball on the net. And City's pressing is on full display here, and we have the courage to play through the press, through Watford's press. Watford have tried to press there, and Laporte's clutching his knee. It looks to be a bad injury, actually. Looks to be a bad injury. That's a cause of concern. Looks actually to be a bad injury. That's a yellow card for Dennis. No, it's for Josh King, actually. I hope it's not bad, but the way he went down, it looks to not terrible, but it looks to be bad. So I just hope Aymeric Laporte is all right. But what a start by City. Not to get carried over in the celebration, because the match has just begun. You saw what happened, Chelsea against West Ham, and Watford with pace on the break, and on the wings as well. What Kiko Firmina and is Messina playing? Both of them are very good actually in whipping balls in. Den is very good in the air. So, but the interplay between Grealish, Bernardo Silva over there in that move before giving it to Foden for the cross into Sterling was fantastic. That's the first time in Gundogan with the ball here. Gundogan, Foden picks it up. Raheem Sterling picks it up. He's having the confidence of the world right now. And Sterling was inches away from making it 2-0. What a shot over there. And I also think it was of his weaker foot. It was of his left foot, I think, the shot. Yes, it was of his weaker foot, and the keeper had to make a save. So Sterling's on fire here. Sterling has suddenly told himself, well, I need to turn up. And in the last couple of games, he's shown why he's one of the best in the world. Gundogan with the whipped in corner, and suddenly City are all over Watford like a rash, and it's another corner for City. Aymeric Laporte over there, he should have scored actually in the first minute. What a start for City. Seems that they have been buoyed by the Chelsea result. It's another corner. Both the corners whipped in have been excellent. I guess this is Foden whipping in swinging corner. Oh, what? Oh, Laporta. It's Grealish again. Grealish with a header. To, to be fair, what the hell are West Ham doing? Grealish with a free header. What the hell is Jack Grealish doing? Jack Grealish should have scored there. Free header. It's a picture book header. It's the same header like Thiago Silva for Grealish. He should be doing better. Watford are not able to get out at all, but we know it just takes a single chance. So 1-0 is always dangerous. And like I said, City winning corners is a sin, because Watford have so much advantage in height, and twice the sin has been committed. It's almost like someone should from Watford should go to prison. And this is 3-on-3 at the back for City. Counter attack. Ford and Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. Oh, how did he miss? How did he miss? It's 1-on-1, and these are the kind of chances you need to be taking to put the game to rest. Oh my God, 1-on-1. Was it Bernardo Silva? Bernardo Silva should be taking that 1-on-1 chance. Oh, I didn't see it back, but I think it was Bernardo Silva. Neat interplay. Gundogan, Grealish, Foden, Bernardo Silva should be scoring eyeball to eyeball with the keeper. But City, we should be 4-0 up in 10 minutes. That's how many chances we have had. And Watford, for all of this, could be 1-1 up. How is this game just 1-0 up? I don't know. That's the clinical. We should be more clinical. Let's see the replay back. Who's the Pratt? Sterling does excellently well. Gundogan leading the charge. It's Phil Foden. Phil Foden excellently well. Oh, the Pratt was Grealish actually. So Grealish misses two open chances in the. So Grealish misses two open chances in the space of 2 minutes. What a Pratt! What a Pratt! Jack, what are you doing? Oh, Watford with the ball in the box, and that's very well defended. It's well defended by Phil Foden, and City get the free kick. Grealish, your 100 million Pratt, exactly. He's a. I have even run out of superlatives to describe him, and the superlatives I want to use, unfortunately, can't be used here, especially in the public. So because two chances, Grealish was much more clinical for Aston Villa as far as I remember. But his link up play has been very good. He's learning that false nine position well. The positions he's picked up in that false nine have been fantastic today. Foden holding the width. Jack Grealish, link up between Foden and Grealish has been picture perfect. It's just the finish. How many twats have we got in the team? Gabriel Jesus, who misses simple chances. Raheem Sterling, even if you open your mouth, he'll put the banana somewhere else. That's how bad he is. Jack Grealish missing open chances. Where has the clinicalness in the team gone? Joao Cancelo in his preferred left back position. Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Joao Cancelo. It's the triangle which I've thought will really come to the fore for City this season. Hasn't happened. Cancelo, Grealish, and Foden. When those three are on form, you can't pinch the ball on from that left hand side. Foden, wonderful touch to bring it onto the inside, and Gundo, just shuffle the ball. That's wonderful defending. Actually, five players were on top of Gundogan. Oh, Watford have a break there. It's almost 5-on-4 for Watford, and it's Dennis against Cancelo, eyeball to eyeball, and Ruben Diaz was in the right place at the right time, but the ball falls to a Watford player, and that's again wonderful defending from Joao Cancelo. That's a free kick for City. What a season Cancelo is having. What a season. Defensively, attacking wise, he's just making the right decisions. He's in that right frame of mind. Phil Foden. I mean, City are looking ominous. It's just that if City would have taken their chances 4-0 in 14 minutes, it would just send a humongous message to the rest of the league. It would just tell the rest of the league that a monster has woken up, a monster that even its coach can't control. That would have been the message if City would have taken all of those chances, those three other chances other than the Sterling one. So City can still give a message, but for under 14 minutes, if you're 4-0 up, that is enough for opposition teams, your contenders, your competitors to lose sleep. That is the message we want to be sending. When you have your opponent on the throat, just press it so hard that he can never recover. Sterling with a wonderful ball. He does very well to keep it alive. Great work from Foden. Foden trying to dribble. Can't blame him. Didn't have any other option. Brad Willis could have made an angle for him. He just stood there like a statue. Grealish could have made another angle for Foden. Gre- People say that why did City buy Grealish and how can Grealish improve his the best in the league? I was just watching some videos of David Silva. You know how many times has David Silva been fouled? You, very very rarely, right? You talk to defenders about David Silva and you hear them telling that, well, to foul him, you first need to get near him. Even if you're man marking him, Dennis has kept the ball in. He's all by himself there. Oh, almost a. That's a very good save by Ederson. But if Dennis had been tripped over there on the penalty box, I think that was a penalty. Cancelo just mistimes his challenge over there. No, actually, he defends it well. He defends it well. He takes Dennis onto the outside. That's excellent defending. So, like I said, when you hear people like Phil Neville and people who have marked David Silva, man marked David Silva, talk about David Silva, they say that to foul him, you need to get near him. By the time, even if you're man marking him, by the time he receives the ball, it's gone. Actually, he knows where his next pass is. It's all one touch play from David Silva. So that is where Grealish has to get. That is the next level for Grealish. If you're being fouled too many times, no, Grealish is the most foul player in the league. It means that you're late in your decision making. It means that you're not confident in your decision making. And that is the level which Grealish needs to go to. That is the level which is almost Ballon d'Or level, I would say. That is where Pep can get Grealish. So he needs to work hard. He's not even near the level of Gundogan or Bernardo Silva. The pecking order of midfielders, I think he's at the lowest rung in City's first team perspective. So Jack Grealish has a lot of work to do. We know that as long as this game stays 1-0, Watford will sense a chance. That second goal needs to come. That's a great recovery from Cancelo, Phil Foden, and Rodri, and it's Gundogan. Gundogan with the ball. And what a ball from Gundogan. It's just gone in front of Sterling. Look at that, Gundogan. The frame of mind is in. Every time he's picked up the ball today. Great decision making. And how many times have you seen Gundogan being fouled? Stop leave David Silva. David Silva is there, there in terms of playmakers. He could even get into that Barcelona 2011-12 midfield, which is a lot about him. How many times is Gundogan been fouled? How many times is Bernardo Silva been fouled through the season? Not many times. So that is what Grealish needs to be looking at. Look at this. Gundogan receives the ball. He knows where to play. And that pass was not on. If you're watching it, you see that when Gundogan receives that ball, that pass is not on. How did he play that? That's the vision. Rodri's been mopping up well. Diaz. Raheem Sterling, Bernardo Silva. I think he'll play it back to Raheem Sterling, but Bernardo Silva wants to dribble, I think. He's a magician. Even a magician can't hold on to the ball that much with so much pressure on. So Bernardo Silva is just magic for me. Laporte, Phil Foden, Joao Cancelo. What foot is Joao Cancelo actually? Do test it again. People say his right foot. I don't agree. I think he's ambidextrous. Can play on any foot. Raheem Sterling again maintaining the width. Whip a ball in rash. Nice and early. Raheem Sterling's decision making has been really good. For Raheem Sterling, I think it's all a confidence thing. On high confidence, he can do. Jack Grealish again. Jack Grealish should have just slipped someone in. There were three runners for City. I think Gundogan was almost making a good run. I think Jack is now trying to compensate for those two missed chances. I know that's hit the hand of a Watford player, but Gundogan's made a nice little run onto his left. Jack should have just slipped him in. But honestly, after missing two chances, if you're there in that position, you want to shoot because you just want that confidence to come down, go up. Because if you're afraid of taking a shot and passing in that position, whatever more you do in the game, you'll never recover that confidence again. And Pep quite likes it actually. He once said, "What I expect from players is not perfection, but their willingness to, be brave and bold enough after they make a mistake. He makes a mistake in the pass. Is that player bold enough to request that pass again and again under pressure? That is the character and personality you need to get into my team. Other things can be learned, but that character can't be taught." That's what Pep said once. So I think the way Pep evaluates players is something else. That's why he's one of the best in the world. Edison having the ball after quite a bit of time, and it's just back into play in a jiffy. Laporte with a fantastic diagonal. That was millimeters perfect, and Raheem Sterling. He's holding the width as tightly as a tightrope walker. I mean, you have those tightrope walkers, people walk on the rope at a height with that pole. They move a little bit here and there, they fall off the rope. So that's how tightly Raheem Sterling is holding his line. I mean, holding his width. Discipline. Raheem Sterling last three matches, fantastic discipline. Bernardo Silva, Sterling into the box. Sterling receives it. Sterling has to score. Rash. Grealish has to score here. Grealish, Rash. What have you done? Raheem Sterling receives one of the most difficult passes. That was not an easy pass from Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva takes out four Watford players with that pass. Four. Jack Grealish, well, Raheem Sterling a bit of a heavy touch, but Jack Grealish has to put it in. Jack Grealish has to put it in. Stronger foot. Jack Grealish has to put it in, mate. Three chances. We could have been 5-0 up in the space of 20 minutes. It would have sent, fear. It would have sent fear through the Premier League, fear through our title competitors looking at a final score line after 23 minutes. It could have sent tremors. Jack, you could have had a hat trick. What did you do? Countaineer says, someone give a tight slap to that 100 million Pratt. How many misses? Exactly. Today, out of all the games played, how many goals have been scored? Uh, there have been three, leave the Chelsea game, but there have been three games played in the late evening kickoff. Southampton, Brighton 1-1, and two goals there, and Liverpool game one goal, and that Newcastle game one goal, four goals. So Grealish has missed more chances than the goals scored in all of the three games combined, which were played today. So that's how much of a prat he is. What a twat. That needs to go in, man. That needs to go in. Jack. Okay, out of the three, that header. How did you miss that header? It was an open header. I think Watford, yes, not I think, but Watford have a corner here. Watford have a corner. This is squeaky bum time. If Watford score, I mean, Watford have already started believing today is our lucky day. We'll do whatever we want. Oh, wonderful goalkeeping by Ederson. He's read the ball perfectly well. And City have a chance to break. City on the counter. It's 3 on 3. Raheem Sterling, Rash, play the ball nice and early. It was 3 on 3, but Watford get back. Raheem Sterling should have just played the ball. I was just praising his decision making, and he does that. That's wonderful defending from Laporte again. We how many can we miss? We have to be clinical. Look, Cancelo looks to bend one in. He's frustrated. He thinks if that Pratt cannot do it, I will do it. I'll try to bend it from way out of the box and show. Cancelo thinks he there's a touch of a Watford player, but as long as it stays 0-1 with loads of chances missed, Watford will grow into the game. They'll keep on growing into the game. 70th minute, Watford score a goal back. You can't recover. Momentum is with Watford. Crowd is with Watford. Your confidence drops. Pressure that Chelsea have dropped points at the top of the league. Liverpool have won, so you need to win. So pressure is a funny old game. Can do everything. Jack Grealish almost outpacing the Watford defender, and that's good pinch by Gundogan. Gundogan's been picture perfect today. When I say picture perfect, he's been 100% efficient. There's nothing. They say there's nothing 100% in the world according to the law of physics. But you look at Gundogan, he defies physics. Pinching the ball, runs forward, decision making 100%. Laporte, Grealish, again, Grealish, Gundogan. Guys, now the Pratt has come in the way of Gundogan. Grealish is now doing the stuff of Watford defenders as well. Grealish is blocking Watford. He's blocking shots from his own players. Jack, why were you there? That was on target. What is Jack Grealish doing? Honestly, that was going in. If you look at the replay, if Jack Grealish was not there, that was in the far corner. The goalkeeper was not getting there. City should have been 6-0 up inside the first half an hour. Funny old game. It really bites you. It really bites you so hard that you'll be scarred, for the rest of the campaign if you don't take your chances. Watford have a free kick here. This could be dangerous. This is such a dangerous game that City don't win the game, or City drop points. Even a draw from here could dent the confidence of the entire squad. We had six. I think if you look at the XG for City, it will be somewhere around 4 or 5. I wouldn't be surprised even if it's 6. So when you've created so much and the opponents they just nick a goal and you drop points, my god, the confidence. Just like that Wolves game, I'm sure the confidence of the Wolves players will be on the ground, because every morning the coach says, "Do your best, and the result will follow. Follow the process." And Wolves have followed the process, and in the last minute, it's gone down. Watford with the kick into the box, and that was very close to going in. Actually, they didn't show the replay, but that was almost in the corner. Ederson just had it covered. Good switch. Fantastic switch from Cancelo. Raheem Sterling there. Kyle Walker. Watford are growing into the game. Guys, we need to be very careful. Watford are growing into the game. That's a pinch of Rodri. That's gone high into the night sky from Sissoko. As soon as Sissoko came to strike that ball, I understood you have a rocket coming into the sky. Stars better watch out. I think Sissoko in his last 4 years has scored 1 or 2 goals from open play. I think that's all. Camden is telling Watford is playing with 12 men because of Grealish. Actually, I think you have counted a number wrong. Watford is playing with 13 men because Grealish is defending for them and is also making sure City miss chances. And there's another opportunity, and Gundogan has to score. Oh, another opportunity. Grealish puts it in, but Bernardo Silva puts it in, but I won't celebrate this because was it offside? Because I think that Pratt, Jack Grealish, touched it in an offside position, I think. But Bernardo Silva scores, but let us see. Let us see. Is it offside? Uh, the offside is in the final phase of play. The keeper goes there and no, Gundogan lets it go. It was Gundogan actually. Gundogan lets it go, and it's Bernardo Silva. I actually thought it was that Pratt Grealish who was in the way. What a goal that is. What a goal. What a finish that is from Bernardo Silva. If there was Jack Grealish, he would have missed that as well. But the 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 ball from Grealish was fantastic actually. Ball from Grealish was good to start off the attack. And City are 2-0 up. I can relax now, but we need to be more clinical. Bernardo has scored again. People are saying Mo Salah. But what about this guy? Camden says, stop him if you can. Our little beast, Bernardo Silva. Like I wrote in the comment as well, people are talking about Salah, but you look at what Bernardo Silva is doing and the defensive work rate, and the numbers are also now coming through. He's providing assists every game. He has at least one assist, one or two goals. I mean, Bernardo Silva he receives ball under pressure from the center backs. He plays through the press. Perfect player. I think Bernardo Silva, if he continues this form, he'll really be at the top of that Ballon d'Or ratings. Our little beast Bernardo, our cute little Bernardo. And to say the least, he was about to leave the club actually. Now I'm feeling good that we didn't get a striker. Gundogan, Grealish! Ah! No, it's Foden actually. For a moment, it's Foden, and it's not Jack Grealish. It was Foden. How many of you thought there when he striked it and missed it that it was Grealish? Because my instant reaction was the ball came and open goal. It was Grealish on it. That ball was actually difficult to control. Ball is actually very difficult to control. Fair play for Foden. But one thing about Grealish, he's missed about four chances in this half, but never has he been, has he lost his composure in the match. Still, he's gone on to tight situations. Like he started the attack with Raheem Sterling for that second goal. So Grealish has been, is not let that, let those mistakes take him over. And in that sense, I find someone with a strong character, someone with a strong personality over there. So you have days where you miss, but it's important that within a game you don't allow them to take you over. So if a penalty comes, I want Grealish to take it actually. It's not that he's in my fantasy team, but just for the sake of confidence. Look at the confidence of Bernardo. The last match against Aston Villa, the winning goal. It is almost an outside of the foot finish from a volley. One touch finish from a volley on a counter attack. City on the break again. It's Bernardo Silva and Raheem Sterling. Rash, you need to be a bit more decisive in the box. You get that ball, flash it across. Four people attacking the box. You need to just flash that ball across. You've run there. You have dragged the Watford defender with you. You've done your job. Flash the ball across the box. Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, and that's well defended by Watford. And it's Cancelo there. Cute little play from Cancelo, and it's a Watford goal kick. I mean, 2-0 is still an edgy score line because we saw what happened against Aston Villa, 2-1. Aston Villa got an early goal and they were close. Actually, they had one or two good chances to get that second goal. So 2-0 again is tough score line. 3-0, I would say the game's over. 3-0 and it's game set match for City. Even if Watford score one or even two, if you score three goals and you concede and still you can't and you drop points, I don't think you're worthy of challenging for the Premier League title. I know this was said by Glenn Johnson after the Chelsea defeat, but I do really think if you score three goals and you can't defend those three goals, I don't think you deserve to be competing for the title. You can't compete for the title. Phil Foden with strong running, but there are two Watford players on him, so what can he do? Our little beast Bernardo, yes. Bernardo, wow. I narrowly missed out on having him in the fantasy team. Bernardo's not started the couple of matches. Just to relate with that Mo Salah statement, I think there are two players at the peak of their powers right now in the Premier League. It's Mo Salah and Bernardo Silva. Maybe you can argue Cancelo regimes, but these two people they're right up there at the almost at the very top elite level right now. But so thing with Bernardo is in the fantasy league, Salah has 140 points somewhat in the fantasy draft, and Bernardo Silva hasn't started a couple of matches and is almost having 75 some odd points. So he's almost played half the matches as Salah and is exactly having almost half the points, little more than half the points of Salah. So Bernardo Silva is actually right up there with Mo Salah. Sterling, he had to give and go there. Raheem Sterling, he just took while and the opportunity is gone. It's Bernardo Silva. They're holding the width now. Raheem Sterling is playing on the inside. Oh, what a ball that is from Phil Ford and Joao Cancelo. Flash it across the box. Nothing wrong there. It's just good defending from Watford. And Phil Foden's got the ball again. Playing Joao. Yes, Gundogan gets the ball. City recycle the ball back. Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Kyle Walker. This is the speciality of City. You play slow, and suddenly you inject the attack. And the opposition, they can't catch up with that sudden injection of pace, and that is what City is doing. Gundogan there. He's at a perfect game, did not give away a single pass. Raheem Sterling looking to run with the ball. He's got into the box, but there are five players taking on Raheem Sterling. Bernardo Silva, Kyle Walker, Jack Grealish. Grealish is getting into the box more and more. Phil Foden, Jack Grealish. But that's fine. City are having the squeeze on. Watford are unable to breathe right now. There's no oxygen in the ventilator for Watford. They're running on very, very low supply, and that's wonderful from Gundogan. And what a ball from Gundogan. When Bernardo Silva and Gundogan, they play in tandem, they're unplayable. You almost remember that uh, duo of Xavi and Iniesta, playing together for that great Barcelona team. So it's the same thing when Bernardo and Gundogan play. You literally can't get the ball of him. Their movements, passing, it's all one touch. Great ball into the box, and that's well collected by the Watford keeper. And another thing I noticed is at the start of the season, we were not getting the ball's gonna bounce, and oh, that's kindly for Cancelo. Otherwise, wrong touch there, and Dennis was in. So at the start of the season, City were not scoring much goals. You had the draw with Southampton, lost to Spurs. We almost had one of the worst starts to the season. So the one thing there was, yes, Raheem Sterling was playing there, and okay, Kevin De Bruyne was playing in the midfield or whoever. So what happened was Sterling was sometimes coming into the midfield, and the midfield was player was going on to the outside. And I thought in that setup, Raheem Sterling struggled a bit. So what Pep has done is in the last 3 matches, 4 matches especially, what has told Raheem Sterling is you hold the width, but also you go on to the inside. And when you go on to the inside, you don't come into the midfield. Instead, you go into the box. You play as an inside forward, and Bernardo Silva will hold the width. And Kyle Walker or Cancelo, when he's on that side, will come into the midfield to cover for Bernardo Silva, who's gone on hold in the width. So I think this new setup has suddenly meant that City are having bodies in the box. Raheem Sterling, falls nine sometimes going through. Phil Foden or Jack Grealish if they play on that opposite wing. Gundogan from the midfield. So I think it's a little tweak that has gone unnoticed, but it is. I noticed that this in the United game, especially when Pep knew that they would park the bus. It helped us greatly in that West Ham game. So little tweak and suddenly Sterling's at his best, because Sterling's not good. Even Mahrez, for that matter, has struggled. Before this tweak. Coming into the midfield sometimes, so that to compensate for the midfielder who holds the width and stuff like that. Mahrez has struggled. What a run by Raheem Sterling. What a takedown. Rash. Don't lose the ball. That was almost a perfect ball. So like I said, Raheem Sterling is even Riyad Mahrez is at his best when the players inverted forwards. But Pep's system requires someone to hold the width. So I think Pep has decided these are the times when you can go in as inverted forwards. When we have the ball in this position, you go in as an inverted forward. Otherwise, hold the width. Fantastic tactics from Pep. This suddenly meant there are overloads created everywhere inside the box, overloads in the wide areas. And also, I think that's another reason why Gabriel Jesus didn't start today, because Pep wanted someone on that right hand side who could cut inside as well. I know Gabriel Jesus dribbles well, but in terms of give and go, running into the box, Raheem Sterling is one of the best in the league. He is in the top three, top four in the world in terms of give and go, in terms of pure pace, acceleration from a standing point of view inside the box. Jack Grealish now playing on that. No, it's actually Bernardo Silva playing on that right hand side. Raheem Sterling, and now they've mixed it up. Bernardo Silva has played in that wide area, and Sterling didn't go inside. Even he stayed high. He's actually gone into the midfield a bit. So they're just mixing it up. But one prominent feature has been, Raheem Sterling playing yesterday. And Jack Grealish, Jack. Jack and Jill went up the hill to score a pair of goals. And Dennis on the prowl here. A nice and early cross and great interception. That's wonderful interception from Aymeric Laporte. Aymeric Laporte has been at his best today. I think I have actually come up with a new song. Jack and Jill went up the field to fetch a pair of goals. Jill scores one. Jack blocks two. Well, that song perfectly suits Jack Grealish for what he has done today. How many shots he has messed up. Cancelo, Rodri recycling the ball. Sometimes Cancelo is just playing alongside Rodri as the second pivot. You almost see now the three in the midfielder, Rodri, Walker, and Cancelo. Oh, that's a good ball from Rodri, and Jack Grealish is in there, and I thought no, Grealish actually didn't have that angle, to strike it the first time. Foden with an outswinger. This is interesting. I thought Gundogan will take the corner from that right left hand side. Yes, it's Gundogan actually with the in swinger. And this is the first real mistake which Gundogan has done, and it's not even a mistake. It wasn't the worst of corners, but it wasn't the best either. And a half that should have sent an enormous roaring message to the entire league has ended just 2-0. In no way am I disappointed, but I just think we missed an opportunity to press on the throats of our opponents. A team like Watford that has been on a high, that defeated Manchester United, that have been on the throats of Chelsea. Chelsea should have drawn at least with Watford. Watford played so well against Chelsea. So a team that were on the up after Claudio Ranieri's appointment, we just ripped them apart time and again, just like a clock that runs, just like an analog clock that never runs out of battery. But again, Jack went up the field and came away with bruises and nothing else. That's what Jack Grealish has to improve his finishing, because at the end of the day, Chelsea had 74%, sorry, 64% possession, and they lost to West Ham. So, what use is the possession? What use is the silky nature of play? What use is that movement, passing, which you have struggled and struggled throughout the week? Pepe struggled to make the tactics. What use is all that you don't if you don't put the ball in the back of the net? And there were simple easy chances. I'm not mourning about difficult chances, curling shot missed and something simple easy chances, very simple chances, that too for someone of Grealish level. Let us actually look at the heat map, because Grealish played as a false nine today and Foden held his width. But Gundogan and Bernardo Silva, I thought for a moment that City played with two false nines today for some time, with the second false nine being Bernardo or Gundogan, exchanging themselves. Sometimes Grealish came back and Bernardo, Gundogan were going upfield and playing as those two false nines. So that's interesting. And also there's this Bayern Dortmund match that is going on right now, and it's 1-2. I think that is only one of the very few interesting matches in the Bundesliga. Unlike the Premier League, where wow, what a race at the top. Literally, those emotions, those all of those things that go into the race, into the title race, that is what you watch this game for, apart from the artistry and the tactics and everything, style of play. So let us look at the heat map, the heat map of Jack Grealish. First thing I want to see is shots blocked zero. Well, you need to go and look at the Watford thing. See, big chances missed too. When he says big chances, they count it as almost chances. 99% of the time they go inside the goal. Easy chances missed too. See, three shots and the three were easy chances. A header and then something from close range and all. But let us look at the heat map of her front three first of all. Yes, this is this is something you don't quite see often from this City team, especially because Pep always likes to interchange, and like I told you early on in the season against Southampton and all. When we were drawing 0-0, when we lost to Spurs 2-0, like I was saying, the front three were fluid. They were exchanging positions and stuff. But in the last 3-4 matches, I don't know whether it's because of the opposition or not. Pep has quickly made his wingers to maintain the width. Yes, they interchange a little bit, like you can see. Foden's coming to the middle, is gone on that side. But generally, the wingers have maintained their width. Their hotspots have been out wide. It doesn't matter Mahrez, Jesus, Foden, Sterling, whoever is playing on the wing. So that has been a tweak. People are wondering why City have suddenly gone on this run when we were looking crappy, even against Crystal Palace. I think that Crystal Palace defeat actually, it got Pep thinking. Just like that West Brom defeat last season in November, it got Pep thinking. So he has made this little tweak, but then now you might be wondering if he does this. Yes, Jack Grealish in the false nine, but then if they don't go here, and Bernardo Silva and Gundogan also come forward, who will be covering for them? That could be the question you might be having. But let us see the heat maps of Bernardo Silva and Gundogan as well. Look at the heat map of Gundogan. He's almost given a false role. I mean, yes, false role. Because they say the free eight or something, they call it the free eight, where literally you roam everywhere around the box. And look at it, some of his hotspots are inside the box as well. And in Bernardo Silva as well, you look at it, okay, he's predominantly been on the right hand side, allowing Sterling to cut inside. But he's almost roamed as a false nine. If I show you the pics of Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, and Grealish and ask you who is the false nine here, you'd be confused. You'd not be able to tell who's the false nine out of the three. You'd be confused. There's no way you can tell from this pic. You could say that City are playing with three false nines. So this is another interest. And now let us look at the knock-on effect this has on fullbacks, because fullbacks become pivotal then, especially Cancelo. He becomes pivotal then. Look at it. Okay, his heat map is predominantly maintaining the width, but then there's a little bit that he's come into the midfield. And you look at Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker's been more into the midfield. So that is it's like almost when City have position, Walker and Bernard, I'm sorry, not Walker, Gundogan and Bernardo Silva bomb forward, and then you have Walker, Cancelo, and Rodri holding there, the three, and then you have the two centre backs on their own. So this is almost a foolproof system as you can get to prevent counter attacks. So very interesting tactics from Pep. And by the way, you know what is the position stats? 81% for City. 81% of position for City. Wow, this is insane. This is out of this world. I mean, great. When I look at this team, where does the weakness lie? Where does the weakness lie? I think the only weakness lies within our own selves. Well, you might say he's becoming philosophical. No, when I say our own selves, us not finishing chances. Watford can easily equalize 2-2 in the second half because we should have been out of sight. That's, and the same thing against PSG, for example, the first time we played them, in that week, Chelsea, PSG, and Liverpool. Uh, we played beautifully. We had open chances. We missed, and PSG made us pay. That is what can cost you in the Champions League. That is what can cost you in big games. So, if there is one weakness to this side, that is the one. Us not finishing chances. There are reports that City will go for Dusan Vlahovic. In as soon as in January, if you're not that clinical. Let's look at some of the stats from the game. Look at this ball possession, 19%. A Premier League team is having a ball possession of 19%. Can you believe it? If I'll tell you this, you would say you should be joking. 13 shots, it's complete domination. But again, like I said, Chelsea had what 64-65% position and they didn't win. So, and look at the big chances, zero. Big chances missed. I mean, I'm talking about Watford, zero chances for Watford, big chances missed, zero. They had only one shot inside the box, Watford. You look at City, big chances, five. When I say big chances, 90-95% of scoring. Big chances missed, four. 4 plus 2 is 6. By halftime, 6-7-0. Shots inside the box. How many shots? 12. And how many goals have you scored? Two. Which means you have only scored 2% of your big chances, of your shots inside the box, which is very, very less. Very, very less. Two goals out of 12. That is less than 5%. We have to look at the clinical nature of this thing here, and let us see if there is XG here. I don't think there is XG here. So I mean, yeah, stats can say a lot of things, but it's not. There is nothing damning than that. And as it stands, I didn't want to look at the league table until the victory was confirmed. But as it stands, look at that. If we would have taken all our chances, we could have. I think at least we could have been on level with Chelsea in the points table. So I mean, in the goal scored table. So now officially we are the team who has conceded the least number of goals, and we have scored what the third highest number of goals in the Premier League. And I think we'll overtake Chelsea in the goal scored. I've never looked at this. Let us look at the home and away. Uh, Table. If the home, interesting. Arsenal is second, and Chelsea are fifth at home. So Chelsea have drawn two matches at home and lost one, and they've conceded four goals at home, five away. Well, that is fine. So City are top, and let us look at the away standings. Interesting. City are at third. I mean, at home, I expect Liverpool to be top of the pile, but no. Interesting. Arsenal are second. So away City are uh, in third position. I mean, City are joint top actually away, but I can understand. We lost against Spurs away. I think was it Spurs away the game we lost? Was it Crystal Palace away? We lost one game. I think if not for that, and again we lost it because we didn't take chances. Chances. That's the thing. Being clinical is very important. Let us see the highest rated player, and you uh, look at that left hand side, City's left hand side. And Jack Grealish has been particularly good in the link play today. It's just that his final clinical nature has not been good, and he's learned the false nine position, by the way, much faster than I expected. He's played that position very well today, linking up play and all. I mean, clinicalness, that's the only thing he lacked. But Bernardo Silva has no such problems. Is so clinical. So now let us. The match is almost about to start. So let us just get back into our timer setup and off we go. They're showing all the matches. Tomorrow we've got a cracker actually. United play Crystal Palace, Ralph Ragnick. For first time in charge, and I'm interested because I have Bruno Fernandes and Luke Shaw, and but the style of play, whatever I've seen of Ragnick, uh, I really expect both of them to be among the assists and goals. So let us see how that pans out. But possession stats 81%. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen often actually in high level football, in Premier League football. That does not happen at all. Watford have made a change, I think, and as it stands, they're showing that City go top by 1 point, and we are suddenly 2 points above Chelsea. But as it stands, that's the underlining sentence here, because football is a funny old game. It can come to bite you back at any moment, like Tuchel found out today. So all set and go, and the game has kicked off, and it's Watford now kicking from right to left. Okay, let's refresh this page. And City are again having possession. Interesting that he's made two changes. Claudio Ranieri, he has taken on Lauza and cleverly, and and has bought on Kuka and Hernandez. So I think Ranieri is going a bit attacking right now. So this is interesting tactics from Ranieri, because if Watford get a goal back, they're bang right in the game. Gundogan with the ball. What a ball from Gundogan, and it's it was Ruben Diaz trying to score. Oh, that was offside, but Ruben Diaz, I think he should be playing up front. He scored with a left foot, weaker foot in the last game. No, he wasn't offside there. Come on. He was actually offside there. Now he was trying to score with the right foot. and he always scores headers. So there you got a perfect striker, left foot, right foot, and header goal scorer. Gundogan getting the position back. Second balls, it's so underrated, and many managers concentrate on winning the first balls. But after the first season, I remember what Pep said when we lost 4-0 final to Everton. To Middle to Middlesbrough also we lost 1-0 in Pep's first season. And edge of the box, well blocked. But the danger's not over, and it's a corner for City. Who can Shallow could have just let Edison take the ball, but shades of that Villa match here. Okay, we didn't dominate that Villa match as much, but if Watford score here, but Villa got a corner round about this time and they scored. Watford score here, jingly jangly nerves. That's great pressure on the ball. Whoever is City's set piece coach, if there is someone coaching set pieces, is doing a wonderful job. We rarely concede from set pieces. Even that Villa goal that was scored, Ederson was at a bit of fault exposing his near post. Also, it wasn't a header; it was ball off the on the ground. So, like I said, Ruben Diaz should try to play up front. Maybe he'll do a better job than Jack Grealish. But other than that, all round play, keeping the ball and everything, Jack has been fantastic. Look at that link up play. Wonderful, wonderful one touch football from Jack Grealish. What a ball. And that is, oh, at the last moment, the touch has just let him down, or else Jack, that would have been a perfectly orchestrated painting from Jack Grealish. If that touch from Jack Grealish was perfect and he would have scored, everything Jack Grealish has done today would have been forgotten. Because that move was started by Grealish, it would have been finished by Grealish. That would have been the announcement to the Premier League that I have finally arrived at City. And now Raheem Sterling there, Raheem Sterling, and a nice and early cross, and that's that's a worthy shot from Sterling, and it's a corner for City. Again, Sterling's playing very confidently here. He's almost taken a shot again of his weaker foot. Well, Sterling's actually the opposite of Cancelo. Cancelo has both strong foots and Sterling has both weak foots. Foden with an in swinging corner. Again, the goalkeeper's caught it. City's last two corners have been a bit of a crap. But such a contrast. The weak and strong foot between Cancelo and Sterling. Watford goalkeeper is wasting time here. I don't know what that time wasting is for. Someone let him read the scoreline correctly. Raheem Sterling, takers of space in front of him. He has to play. He has to play Walker in. He's played Walker in, and that's a nice cut back for Walker from Walker. Oh, I think Bernardo Silva was. I mean, the cross is just a bit behind Bernardo Silva. It's a basketball game now. Watford have opened themselves up, and it's a mistake. It's a mistake from Joao Cancelo, and that's good recovery. That's a great recovery run. Fantastic recovery run. It's a end-to-end match now, basketball match. Sterling's now in. Sterling's in. Sterling has to score here. Oh. I thought he would go far post. Far post was difficult, I know, but Sterling was in. He no. I mean, he could have. I just thought that he could have played that diagonal early, but to put Bernardo Silva in, but he took the right choice. It's just that I thought he should have slipped. He should have gone right, slipped in the sense he should have gone right across the keeper. That Watford chance, it was wonderful defending from Cancelo, I think. No, it was actually Phil Foden who's helped out the defensively. So Cancelo, he's not put a foot wrong season. Gundogan never puts a foot wrong. Look at that, the way he protects the ball. Sterling, Walker, Jack Grealish. Wonderful turn by Jack. And great switch. Wonderful switch from Jack Grealish. What a switch. Again, Jack, shoot. Jack, shoot. Take on the shot. And Watford on the break almost, but City get the ball, and that's a free kick for Watford. And it's fine, Ruben. Watford were on the break, and you brought him down. It's fine. It's fine. Today I can drink water from my flask early because generally when I'm tense, I don't drink unless the match is done. So today is a little bit relaxing, but if you would have got the third goal, it just becomes a breeze. It's a foul on City, and City get the free kick. Ekong. I think Ekong is looking by what he's doing. He looks like not Frankie D, or Nigel De Jong, who's one of the best CDMs of all time. I don't compare him to this Ekong to Nigel De Jong, but no, what Ekong is doing is sitting in there as a lone man. It's like what Fernandino and Rodri do for us, what Nigel De Jong generally used to do. And as a result, Watford have become more attacking. Rodri, what a ball! I think it's Jack Grealish. What a ball! It's just too fast for Sterling, but the vision there. What a pass from Jack Grealish! Wonderful, wonderful pass. It was Grealish. I think is playing much more deeper right now. I don't know what kind of player Pep sees Grealish as, and De Bruyne is warming up. Gabriel Jesus is warming up. De Bruyne, wow! I just want De Bruyne to hit peak form. Bernardo Silva in peak form. Gundogan in peak form. Just De Bruyne hits the peak form. It will be wow! It will just be sumptuous watching City. Wonderful defending again. But Watford have the ball back again. There are two people on what. Show him onto the inside. Yes. Yes, because there was space on the outside and the cover was arriving on the inside. So Dennis is down now. I think he's injured. I think this is much, much better. What do you think? City with a bit of defending to do. Watford are really attacking well in the second half. He's tried to catch. Sissoko is hitting the shots. I think that will be a bit worrying for Watford. City now on the attack, and it's Gundogan with the ball. Rodri, Jack Grealish, Sterling. I'm sorry, it's actually Kyle Walker, and then it's Sterling. Gundogan. Oh, that is Foden special. It was almost the same goal like he stuck against Liverpool, catching. I mean, not catching Allison, but just putting it into the far corner, come heading inside and putting it into the far corner. Tried to catch Backman at the near post there. This is Foden special. Foden can drill them. Look at that. No backlift almost. And he almost drills it near post. Into the near post. That's actually good keeping from Backman, because today we have seen that's another chance for Laporte. Third chance for Laporte. Because today we have seen, Fabian Skeleton, a goal at the near post. So, and also Ederson make a mistake at the near post in that last game against Aston Villa. So, I think we underrate the importance of angles and keepers, closing down the angle and stuff like that. It's so important. Watford with the ball. Watford, and it's a corner. Watford are growing into the game actually. We need to score the third. That was a short corner, interestingly, from Watford. That's well defended, but again, Watford comes City under the cosh here. This is the spell when City have to defend resolutely. There will always be moments like this, how much of a great team you are. I think clean sheet will be the priority. Gundogan with the ball. Gundogan to lead the break. And Sterling's through. I think the ball was played a little bit early. But then give it to Gundo. Ah, Gundogan. He's tried it, but he almost set himself up for that. That's a very good ball from Sterling. Gundogan to Sterling, and Gundogan. Is it gonna be that night? But this was not a big chance actually. That was difficult one. Curl it from the edge of the box. Not an easy one. That too without much backlift. From a standing, when you're coming onto the ball, I think it's much easier. But from a in standing still position, again City on the break. It's 4 on 4 on 2 at the back for Watford, and Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling, rash, rash, rash. Not a good decision. City players are appealing for a penalty. That was never a pen. That was never a pen. By the way, how do you like this new scorecard design? Bold and clear. I've just zoomed into the website. That's it. I haven't created the design or something. But this has turned into an interesting basketball match. I thought it will be a low block and a dull but match, but this has been very exciting. Jack Grealish with the ball. Not a good pass, but City have the ball. Walker, Bernardo Silva, he can do whatever he wants right now. And Bernardo the beast, he sticks it into the far corner, far top corner. Wow, is there anything this man can't do right now? Who? Mo Salah, who? Who is Mo Salah? We have our Bernardo Silva here. Wow, what a player. Wow, what the form that Bernardo Silva is in, I can't describe it. Wow. Wonderful, wonderful. Look at it. He picks it up and bang. People would say that is Mo Salah finishing. If I didn't show you who was the player who finished it, you would say this is a trademark Mo Salah finish. Get onto the left foot. Bernardo, wow. He's just out of this world, Bernardo Silva. Wow. What what is it that he can't do? And remember, I'm not comparing Bernardo Silva and Salah here, but Bernardo Silva does more than Salah in terms of work rate and all. I know there are other qualities of Salah attacking wise that are better than Bernardo Silva, but Bernardo Silva's midfield play and everything is a complete package. Nice and early ball and fantastic decision from Ederson. Bernardo, and that previous comment from Count Denia. I'll just play it again. Stop him if you can. Our little beast, Bernardo Silva. Yes. The little beast has turned into a monster right now. A monster that even he himself cannot tame. A monster that brings joy to our hearts. That is Bernardo Silva. Wow. Now Watford have stopped the basketball game. At 2-0, they knew they had a chance. But at 3-0, it's games that match. There have been little moments when City had to be resolute defensively. Laporte, for example, one or two balls played over the defense by the keeper. With Dennis running onto him, he had to be very careful. So the protection of the ball has been neat. Raheem Sterling pinches it up, and it's again a 3-on-3. Jack Grealish, Jack. Ah, guys, guys, count another missed goal from Jack Grealish. Although this was the most difficult of the lot, the easier option for me to slip it onto the right hand side, but Grealish is determined to score there. And also there was a bit of a block. I think great jink from Grealish. There was no way. I think there was a little bit of a block over there, but there was no way Grealish should have even attempted that shot. Yes, there was a little bit of a touch from a Watford player. And Gundogan's going off. And look at who's Gundogan's going off, and look at who's coming on. The devil has entered. Gundogan and Grealish are going off, and Kevin De Bruyne is coming on. I just don't think that he should have taken Grealish off. It's not been his best game, I know, but he should have allowed him to score at least a goal or something. And that's what Pep Guardiola is telling Jack Grealish. You'll have much, much better days in front of goal. It does happen. And the devil has the ball, and I mean, Watford players down. A Watford player is down right now. And City have the ball. We can actually relax this last 20 minutes and sit peacefully. We weren't in the Aston Villa at peace in the Aston Villa match. It's another break. City, Raheem Sterling there has done well, and it's a free kick for City. And it's a foul by Dennis. And also, it's good that Mahrez has come on because Mahrez is in my fantasy team. So it's quite exciting actually. Let us actually see this. How is this? I think this looks much more better. No, this is no. I think he's offside. No, it's Riyad Mahrez, and that's a good save by the keeper, and that's another good block again. And the keeper's down. He's made a really good save actually from Riyad Mahrez. I think it's hit him in an area which would not be apt to describe. The referee is telling, should I call in the physio? Will the physio do? Now, this is interesting. Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, this might be a bit controversial, but I do think that which is the better pairing, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva? Bernardo Silva, Gundogan. I think it depends on the opposition and how deep is the defense to unlock. But then when you have a Gundogan and a Bernardo Silva there, pretty much both of them can do each other's jobs. Both of them are excellent box to box players. Both of them protect the ball very well. With Kevin De Bruyne, he's the best attacking midfielder in the world. Kevin De Bruyne, no doubt. But with De Bruyne, he takes more risks than Bernardo Silva and Gundogan, which means that he loses the ball a bit more. So that's the only thing. It's not a downside actually because you have Rodri and one of Bernardo Silva and Gundogan mopping up behind him. So that's a throw in for City. And Rodri just play. Ah, he had the chance to play the pass there over the top. They were runners in front of him. Kevin De Bruyne was making the run, and Kevin De Bruyne, this is a devil special. Oh, that was good defending from Watford. This was a devil special. Kevin the Devil. Wonderful. That was wonderful play from Kevin De Bruyne. When he's running like that, as a defender, he instills fear into you because that is Kevin De Bruyne, the boss. Ederson holds on to it. I think the clean sheet is paramount here. The clean sheet is very important here. Ederson does well to get across, but the clean sheet is very important here. It's very, very important. Foden, what a ball from Phil Foden. That vision is out of this world. Sterling wasn't quick enough, and also the weight, the pace on the pass was. But what the vision was fantastic over there from Phil Foden. Gabriel Hayes is coming on. I think it'll be Foden who's out, will be taken out. All of City's players had a fantastic game today. Everyone. Was it offside? Watford have scored. The ball's gone into the back of the net. No clean sheet for City again. It's Cuco Fernandez who scored. Was there an offside in the build up? Who was marking who there? City concede again. No clean sheet. I don't know. I think that will annoy Pep. The evening was going so fantastically well. Foden's off, Gabriel Jesus is on. I think the changes also have affected concentration when you make such wholesale changes. And again, it's not a comfortable position because if Watford score the next, City will be under real pressure. At least you need a 2 goal, 3 goal cushion. Keep the ball for some time, take the tempo out of the game. That's all. City are masters at that. Keep the ball. Phil, keep the ball with you. Keep the ball. It's Jay Fernandez. Yeah, I think it's Jay Coco Fernandez. Keep the ball. They want to make it into a basketball match so that you get sucked in. That's a foul, yes. Take fouls, take time, just suck the life out of the match. Just be efficient. Yes. Walker, Bernardo Silva playing in that false nine role, and Bernardo Silva gets the ball. Gabriel Jesus. Riyad Mahrez, he couldn't complete the pass, but I think the second goal will decide the fate of the game. If Watford score, then probably they'll nick a point as well because the momentum swing is very, very important. City score, they score the fourth goal now, it's or whenever it is game set and match. Oh, that was almost a good ball. It's Mahrez on the right and Jesus on the left. Look at it. That Grealish missed chances could have actually cost us if not for Bernardo Silva wonder goal. Not for the third goal. 1-2 is always tense. Again, sloppy. Sloppy in the middle of the pitch. Who is it? Sloppy. It's again sloppy. Dennis could have easily, Josh King could have easily scored it there and could have made it 2-3. What is happening, Pep? What is happening? Who is this Hernandez is putting in balls like that? Could easily have been 2-3. And that is tense. Kyle Walker, City have just lost concentration in this game. It's again turned into a bit of a tense affair. Just take the sting out of the game. Kevin De Bruyne, what a ball. I think it's Gabriel Jesus who's playing as a striker actually. Yes. No, but Bernardo Silva, I don't know which position Gabriel Jesus is playing. Uh Sterling tries to put an ambitious effort into the far corner, but Pep is tensed again, so are we. Because the Josking goal, if it went in 12 minutes, pressure would have been right back on City. Everyone was having fun, laughing for this time, but we really need to shut this game out. Again, like I said, if you score three and still drop points, maybe you don't deserve to be challenging for the Premier League title. That's a wonderful pinch, and it's another turnover. It's another turnover. City can't concede the second at whatever the cost might be. City can't concede the second. We were all celebrating Bernardo Silva. This happens. Keep the ball, keep the ball. Gabby, 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 keep the ball. Yes. Mahrez. I'm suddenly, I don't know why, but I'm having the feeling that this match is going out of control. I don't know why. It's that feeling that is coming. It must be the same passive around in the ground, especially the City supporters, because these are crucial 10 minutes in terms of, our league position and everything. Our title challenge, because Chelsea, held on to Watford at 2-1, and we are having a two-goal cushion here. So I don't tell us to keep the ball for 10 minutes, but just kill the tempo out of the game. What a ball that is! What a ball Raheem Sterling is in! And I think that's a corner. That is fantastic ball. See, that is the advantage of maintaining width. It's wrong footed the keeper, but it's of the back of a Watford defender. Okay, that goal came against the run of play. It was hit the post and stuff like that, but we should have defended better. We should not have let Coco Fernandez have a free shot. Keep the ball, keep the ball. Eddie is up. Eddie, Eddie, don't make any mistake right now. Almost a good ball from Cancelo, but it's about seeing the game out now. Yes, I do agree. City have conceded goals against Aston Villa, West Ham in the dying minutes and all. But I think seeing games out 1-0, 2-1 in a tight scoreline is also an art. 1-0 at Chelsea, it's an art. And all of the title winning teams, somehow the methods might be different, but they all have possessed this art, and they all possess this art. Not here, not here, not here. Gabby, not here. He's lost it right there, but City get numbers back. Watford attack. Just spins the ball. And he was in an offside position, and it's a goal kick for City. That's good. That's good play. City are just getting numbers back by the sheer work rate City are defending here. That's wonderful. Yes. Fantastic line. But he should not have got himself in an offside position there. Oh, playing out from the back. I think gone are the times of still I have nerves when Ederson does this, but that's wonderfully worked. And it's Bernardo Silva. That is beautiful football. Rodri. This is City at the flowing best. And it's Joao Cancelo. And that's a good block. And Cancelo retrieves the ball. He keeps the ball. This was a flowing move from City. Rodri. Watford can break here. Don't make it a basketball game. Just be uncompact. Kyle Walker against Dennis. That's wonderful defending from Kyle Walker. He's one of the best right backs right now in terms of defensive solidity, in terms of the balance of both defensive and offensive solidity. Wow. Dennis one on one, and that's a great turn from Gabriel Jesus, and that's a foul. It's a pure yellow card. I mean, it's a sure yellow card, and Gabby was off over there. As in, what a turn that is from Gabriel Jesus. He's clipped him on the back of his Achilles. I just hope that's not a nasty injury. Cathcart. That looked very nasty actually. The back of the Achilles. Just when Gabriel Jesus was riding a wave of top form. I just hope the injury is not bad enough. But why is it not a red? Because his foot was raised high. So I do not know. Let's look at the challenge again. I think VAR is reviewing it. I think it's a red card actually. The game's not over yet. Scored that is got up and is able to walk. Kevin De Bruyne, the devil has the ball. It's a throw for Watford. It's good. Gabriel is able to continue playing. That's good news. That's good pressing from Kevin De Bruyne. Wow. So almost forced the keeper into that long kick, but that's again well defended by Ruben Diaz. That's That's a poor ball from Ederson, but the Watford player misses it, and Raheem Sterling has it. Raheem Sterling to Kevin De Bruyne, and the body position from De Bruyne is wonderful. Gabriel Jesus, Bernardo Silva on the overlap. Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, that was a devil special. That was almost a Kevin De Bruyne special. He's almost put it in that range. At his best, De Bruyne scores those every day, all day. Side foot. How many times you've seen Kevin De Bruyne side foot them into the corner? It's 2 more minutes plus added time. Still, if Watford score the next goal here, it will be tense. City are picking up the second balls very well. In that period, you know what went wrong? That middle 10-15 minutes when Watford scored the goal, City were not picking up the second balls well. I think there's some tactical change from Pep, and City are again looking as fluid as ever. Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling, Bernardo Silva. Watford in a lot of hurry as it is inevitable. I mean, as is the norm. Rodri, Kyle Walker. City just keeping the ball now. It's 4 minutes of added time. We can't keep the ball. We can theoretically City can keep the ball. They have the skill and ability for 4 minutes, but I think Pep would like to have a goal early on in stoppage time and finish it off. It's a long free kick from Watford, but it's very early on in the stoppage time. Remember, City have won the title in stoppage time, so coming back from a goal down, City have scored 2 goals, so should never discount a football match until it's over, until the ref blows the final whistle. Sterling's been fantastic. His movements into the box, the terrifying defenders. I think Mahrez has been brilliant as well. It's just that how Pep fits keeps all of the players happy, and I mean he'll keep them happy. All of the players. It's almost the reverse. They have to keep Pep happy, and it's not the other way around. So there are no stars in this team. They're only players who train well. If you train well, you play, or else you don't. What a simple but beautiful philosophy. Bernardo Silva. No, it's Cancelo actually. 2 more minutes of added time. If you would have collected that ball well, if you would have taken that ball well, it would have been. Oh, that was. Who is this Cuco Fernandez? He's since he's come on, he's just causing trouble and trouble for City. He's exploiting the gap down the right hand side, and it's 40 seconds to go almost. And it's another corner. Watford. I think this will be the last corner, last kick of the game with 30 seconds to go. You wouldn't expect someone to score 2 goals within 30 seconds. And I think that should be that. Henderson preparing for a long goal kick, and the referee will blow up right now. And on a day when Chelsea dropped points, on a day when Liverpool came close to dropping points, we needed to win this. And what a victory! What an emphatic victory! And the scoreline, let the scoreline not fool you. We could have won this match 6-7-8-1. Grealish was having an off day today. I know he's starting after a very long time, maybe after a month or so. But Bernardo Silva, what a man, what a player! Bernardo Silva has been fantastic. Bernardo Silva's, I mean, he's at Mo Salah's level, I would say. I know people would argue and say, "What are you talking about?" But Bernardo Silva for me is at Mo Salah's level. The way his weight of pass, his finishing, his attacking sense of play, and everything. So we are at the top of the league. We are at the top of the league right now. It's a time to celebrate, and also time to reflect a bit as well, especially that 10-minute phase uh, where we just slacked off a bit defensively. I know there will be periods like that in games, but overall, it's been a fantastic performance, start to finish, picture book performance. And the best thing is, Bernardo's in top form, and Devil's been excellent. Devil's been excellent. I mean, sorry, Devil's come back, which means Kevin De Bruyne has come back. So things looking very good. Sterling's in top form. Gundogan excellent. The defense excellent. Cancelo didn't have to be at his creative best today, but defensively was very good dealing with Dennis. Fantastic, fantastic work from City. See you all again for the next watch along, and I hope you have enjoyed the stream. Take care and bye.